Wasted career, that's what they called it. But was it really? Bob Hamlin won Rookie of the Year, then vanished from baseball faster than anyone could explain. How does someone go from the top of the sport to quitting mid-game in just 5 years? Robert James Hamlin was born in New Jersey in 1967. He played college ball at UCLA before the Kansas City Royals drafted him in 1988. Nobody expected much from the second-round pick. Hamlin wasn't fast or flashy. He was just a big guy who could hit the ball really, really hard. The minor leagues were tough for Hamlin. He spent years riding buses for 12 hours between small towns. The pay was terrible, but he kept swinging. Over 6 seasons in the minors, Hamlin crushed 106 home runs with an 8.88 OPS. That's serious power. The Royals finally called him up in September 1993. His first at-bat came against Lee Smith, one of the nastiest closers in baseball. Hamlin later said it felt like an out-of-body experience. The big leagues were a whole different world, but he was ready for it. The 1994 season changed everything. Hamlin exploded onto the scene like few rookies ever have. In just 101 games, he smashed 24 home runs and drove in 65 runs. His .987 OPS was incredible. He hit .282 with a .599 slugging percentage. The baseball world took notice. The secret was his manager, Hal McRae. McRae had been a designated hitter himself, so he understood Hamlin's role perfectly. Most managers didn't know how to handle DHs back then. McRae was different. He told Hamlin to relax and promised he would play every day, no matter who was pitching. That consistency made all the difference. Hamlin didn't have to worry about losing his spot or facing tough matchups early on. He could just focus on hitting. McRae protected him from left-handed pitchers until he built confidence. The trust between them was special. McRae publicly defended Hamlin too. He said Hamlin was too good a hitter to be just a flash in the pan. That support meant everything to a rookie trying to prove himself. Hamlin's power and McRae's guidance created magic. By season's end, Hamlin was the American League Rookie of the Year. Then the 1994 strike happened. Baseball shut down for months. When it resumed, everything changed. The Royals fired McRae and hired Bob Boone as the new manager. Hamlin's career was never the same. Boone didn't like what he saw. Hamlin had always struggled with his weight, which ranged between 225 and 260 pounds. The Royals had blamed his back problems on conditioning years earlier, though a bone scan revealed a stress fracture that needed surgery. Still, the weight concerns followed him. Former teammate David Howard said Boone's reluctance to play Hamlin was a weight thing. Hamlin came to camp in 1995 heavier than before, but Brian McRae, Hal's son, disagreed. He said it was a different time back then. Players didn't have strength coaches. They worked themselves into shape during the season. There were even ashtrays in the clubhouse. Everyone smoked. McRae argued that Hamlin was a better athlete than he looked. Weight shouldn't have mattered for a designated hitter whose job was just to hit. But Boone didn't see it that way. Hamlin's playing time disappeared immediately. The 1995 season was brutal. Hamlin hit just 164 with 5 home runs before getting sent down to AAA in July. He admitted he struggled to adjust. The new manager, the pressure from his rookie success, and his own high expectations created a perfect storm of failure. Hamlin bounced around after that. He had a decent 1997 season with Detroit, hitting 18 homers, but he never recaptured his rookie magic. His body hurt, his confidence was shot, and baseball wasn't fun anymore. Then came the 1996 Pinnacle Foil baseball card that made him infamous for all the wrong reasons. The card was a disaster. Hamlin's enormous head dominated most of the frame. He held a sign that said Bob Hamlin, which was then covered by a golden triangle that also said Bob Hamlin. His name appeared 3 times on one card. The design was so bad that experts called it the worst baseball card ever made. Hamlin looked disheveled and defeated. The glare on his glasses made him look like he was being interrogated. Even his team logo was covered up by the card company's branding. Baseball card collectors mocked it ruthlessly. One writer said it looked like a collision of unpleasant forms and surfaces. Another speculated that someone at Pinnacle intentionally tried to make Hamlin look bad. The card became a symbol of the junk wax era's worst excesses. But here's the twist. The terrible card earned a cult following years later. Its value soared to $20, more than cards of much better players. Hamlin became an internet meme. He found the whole thing funny, noting that at least they spelled his name right 3 times. Whether you're reliving those wild 1990s moments or catching today's stars light up the scoreboard, Fubo TV brings you every pitch that matters. Real fans know where to find real baseball action. By 1999, Hamlin was back in AAA with the Toledo Mud Hens. He was 31 years old and tired of the grind. During one game, He grounded out and walked back to the dugout. He looked at his manager and said 2 words, "I'm done." Then he walked away from baseball forever. Most players either fade away quietly or announce retirement with fanfare. Hamlin just quit in the middle of a random Tuesday night game. It was the most honest exit in sports history. He explained his reasoning later. The 1994 season had created expectations that he put on himself. He wasn't enjoying the game anymore. He felt like he wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't looking forward to getting called up anymore. If he had gotten a hit in that final at-bat, he might have played a few more games, but eventually, he would have quit anyway. He wasn't happy. The psychological toll was real. Hamlin's abrupt retirement highlighted something most fans never see. Professional athletes face immense pressure to live up to past success. When that becomes impossible, the mental burden can be crushing. Hamlin chose his peace of mind over his paycheck. After baseball, Hamlin tried construction and ran a manufacturing company. He spent several years completely away from the sport that made him famous. This wasn't a gradual transition like most retired players experience. It was a clean break from everything baseball-related, but the game called him back. He attended scout school and now works for MLB teams, evaluating talent from a distance. He enjoys scouting, but has no desire to put on a uniform again. This return showed that his love for baseball itself never died. What died was his tolerance for the pressure of playing professionally. Hamelin is critical of modern baseball. He sees too much swinging and missing. The pro game is hard to watch now, he says. Players get overruled by analytics departments instead of playing on instinct. It's not the same sport he loved. His comments reflect the perspective of someone who played in a different era, when managers like Hal McRae had more autonomy to make gut decisions. His fondest memory remains a home run he hit against Chicago during the Royals' 14-game winning streak in 1994. That season was special. Everything after was just trying to recreate that magic. The fact that his best memory comes from his rookie year says everything about how that season defined his entire career. So was Bob Hamlin's career really wasted? Look at the facts. He won Rookie of the Year. He had one of the best rookie seasons in Royals history. He made millions of dollars playing a game he loved. He walked away on his own terms when it stopped being fun. Most players never get close to what Hamlin achieved in 1994. He experienced something magical that most people only dream about. When it ended, he had the courage to admit it and move on. That's not waste, that's wisdom. Hamlin remains a cult hero because he was authentic. He never pretended to be something he wasn't. He played hard, enjoyed life, and left when he was ready. In a world of carefully managed athlete images, his honesty was refreshing. The worst baseball card ever made him more famous than his statistics ever could. His abrupt retirement became legendary. His comeback as a scout showed that passion for the game can take many forms. Bob Hamlin didn't waste his career. He lived it exactly how he wanted to.